Hi, this is the editor for the channel. I might start a series where I personally talk about stuff without having to use the president's voices for comedic effect. Like maybe this can be called editor's notes. I don't know. It's just to take a wee break from full-on video production and all that. With that in mind, I'd like to take a minute and discuss a movie I saw recently called Orion in the Dark. It's a movie produced by DreamWorks that went straight to streaming this year. And before I go into my full thoughts about the film, I would give it a 9 out of 10, just to give you an idea as to what I thought about it. Directed by Sean Charmatz and written by Charlie Kaufman, Paul Walter Hauser, and Colin Hanks, respectively. This won't contain spoilers at all, but it's one of your by-the-numbers standard kids film from start to finish, no question about it. The art style reminds me of the Charlie Brown 3D animated film in Turning Red, so it's fine to me, but nothing too impressive other than the style of Dark and his friends. There's no villain in this film, really, so that's a change I kind of like, although it's not groundbreaking. It's appreciated. Orion himself kind of reminds me of myself, since while I didn't own a diary or a journal, I did overthink things to such a degree where it may seem irrational. Even I was scared of the dark when I was a kid, probably because of the shit I watched as a child in an early 2000s household. The voice performances were pretty good across the board, no complaints there. It does feel rushed, unfortunately, but that's what happens when studios have to shove something out the door to make back profits, even if it's just on Netflix. I don't understand why sites like IMDb rate it kind of poorly, but in a sense, most of the critics prefer something on the lines of Shrek and something of higher value. This movie won't go down as one of my favorites of all time that I'd rewatch time and time again, but if it came on during a date or on television, I wouldn't switch channels. Again, I'd rate this movie a high 8 out of 10. I said 9 out of 10 initially, but the more I talked about it, the score started to waver a bit for me. Compared to the shit we got being dumped in the beginning of the year, this is a nice surprise. I hope stuff like this, where I just sit down and talk about things to you guys, is considered okay. I don't want to push buttons unnecessarily, and I do appreciate the feedback if it isn't just being rude for the sake of being rude. If you want more of this one-to-one kind of thing where I share my thoughts on things, let me know and I'll keep it in mind for future topics.